Hello everyone, this is Zephyr here and welcome back to Demon Souls. So we're going to go ahead and level up real quick and then we're going to head to Stonefang Tunnel. You'll notice my souls are a little lower. I used some souls and Sharpstone to upgrade to Uchigatana, or Uchigatana, however it's pronounced, to +3. That's just because I needed to use some Sharpstones and because +3 leaves them open to a couple of different upgrade paths. I think there's an upgrade path at base, but we'll get another Uchigatana when we go to Shrine of Storms anyway, so it's not too big of a deal.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me. Soul of the mind.
Alright, so strength is now at 38, which increased our bow attack power. I'm surprised by that.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world.
Oh, it's our shield that's at left-hand weapon 1, and then left-hand weapon 2 is our Talisman of Beasts, which can punch a little harder now. It's funny.
Art thou finished? May thy strength help the world be mended.
So, what does this scale off of? Oh yeah, D in Strength, D in Dex, E in Magic. Okay. Huh. I don't know how useful that will actually be in Stonefang Tunnel. Oops, Stonefang Tunnel's this way now. Because enemies, I believe, are resistant to fire, but we'll see. We've got our other bow on us just in case. We're running out of arrows, though. This world is pure white right now, but it honestly, because of how the pure white event is handled, it's definitely better to do your pure black before your pure white here. Okay, Hardstone Shard.
Hello there. Souls. I trade fine goods for souls.
Yeah, nothing new.
You want to play? You've got to pay. Don't you agree?
So since we're in pure white, we have to destroy everything. In case there's a ceramic coin around. That means this world's gonna be fun. Because there's new stuff for us to find, potentially. Forgot there was an item down here. Not that it's super helpful. This will be a good test. Let's see how useful our weapon's going to be against fat officials and the miners, because they all are some of the toughest enemies in the game due to their health and their resistances, so this will be interesting. What? I don't remember him bowing. He's like a PvPer. I rolled early. Alright, so it's not too bad. Especially these guys, they're really weak to magic. And since our Blue Blood Sword is split between magic and physical damage, it does a pretty good job. Awesome. Alright, we don't need that. We're going to go ahead and send it away right now. Because it's heavy. Else in here to break. Not really. Okay. Alright, we'll head down, pick up the item at the bottom, and then move forward. Man, every time I look at it, I more and more believe that the fluted armor in this game is my favorite looking armor. I think the only thing I'm not sold on is the gauntlets. But I like the body piece. I like the legs. I like the helmet, but we're not using it at the moment because of our endurance not being high enough. But I was thinking maybe I'd end up liking the brushwood better, but honestly the brushwood is too bulky. I like how this is heavy armor, but it's still very maneuverable. I don't want to say heavy but lightweight because that's kind of an oxymoron, but that's kind of the idea, is that it's got more movable parts. You have a lot more. I keep wanting to say maneuverability, and that's not what I mean. I mean, it is what I mean, but it's not the word I want to use. Can't think of the word I want to use. But I'm sure you get what I mean. You have more range of motion. Whereas the brushwood is just super bulky. And I don't know. I really like the look of the fluted armor. It's not quite as good as the armor I like in Dark Souls, but it's pretty close. I really wish that somehow Blue Point would get permission to remake Dark Souls 1, just because I'd love to play that in these graphics. It's gonna be hard to go back to Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 after this. This just looks so good. I can't imagine any of the ceramic coins are going to be right at the beginning of an area. Alright, worst part. These guys. And I did the wrong move. It's so funny, I can't do the push when I want to, but when I'm just trying to fight, I'll accidentally push forward and R1 and do the push when I don't want it. It's kind of hilarious. I'm gonna need to upgrade more weapons just because I have so many stones. I also can't imagine that they're gonna be on a shelf that you can't actually break the shelf and just break the stuff on it. Could be wrong, but it seems like that'd be silly. Yeah, I love it. I'm getting better. Wow. Oh god, where did you come from? I should have only been one around the corner. One of them must have come down from the stairs, because that was the one that was hiding. Interesting. I don't know why he would have aggroed, but that's fine, I guess. Yay, a pickaxe. Nope, it's this way. Remember, it's mirrored. Mirrored! Ow! Oh shoot, which side is it? It's this side, right? Where did he go? Wait, did he fall even further? Where did he go? Oh, he is. He's down there. Okay. I love that laugh. It's so good. Official's gloves. That lasted a long time. It kind of looked like that was coal that was on fire. Interesting. Wait, you can go back up this? I never noticed that. That's interesting. Okay. Don't have to just drop down when you fall down here. Very cool. Ow. You and your hyper armor. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I don't do a stab when I'm two-handing. That's the push. I thought it might be was a stab. I was like, what? Is that how you do a stab with two hand? You have to do the push maneuver? But no, it's still just a push. The one barrel that doesn't break. If you're wondering, no, I'm not getting sick of this game at all. I have so many characters started. I think I'm at 4 now. This is the only one that's on New Game Plus, though, because I'm trying to keep the other ones a little behind so that I don't spoil anything new off camera accidentally. I mean, I did figure out the Ostrava thing, but the fact that I thought that was a bug, it doesn't bother me that that happened. Because I didn't think there was an issue. I literally thought that I was dealing with a bug. So I was just like, whatever. I did everything right. Nothing's different. But I'm glad, honestly, that I figured it out so that I don't make that mistake again. Because that kind of sucked. But yeah, I have... they're all different builds. And like I said, they're all based on characters that exist in my character's lore. It's a ton of fun. This game's so much fun. I think part of the reason that I like it so much, it's kind of an odd thing to say since I love long, sprawling games, but I think part of why I build so many characters in Demon's Souls is because since the game's not ridiculously long, like all the other Souls games, they're not like insanely long, but they do take a while, especially on the first playthrough. And so once I'm done with them, I don't want to make another character and go through that again. when I could continue when my first character into New Game Plus if I want to continue playing. Whereas Demon Souls, the first playthrough can be long your first time, but on subsequent quick characters, it doesn't take nearly as long because now you know where everything is. And the game, it's long enough, but it's definitely shorter than all the other Souls games overall. The initial length is just due to unfamiliarity, which is not the case with the other Souls games. So I think part of why I like it is because I can start a new character and get really far relatively fast, just because I know where stuff is now. I usually know what build I want to go with right away, and it's just quicker. Other Souls games, it just takes too long, and I don't know. I think it's also the environments, because I do enjoy this world a lot more than the other Souls games. I've mentioned that quite a few times. But it's just crazy that I have so many characters already, because I'm having too much fun with it. I'm loving it. And every build, even builds I don't normally do, like my mage, it's just fun because it's new and it's a joy. The music's great, the sound is great, the graphics are phenomenal. It loads so fast, like it's just amazing. And it also has made me excited to play the other Souls games again, but I do expect to have a little bit of disappointment in them just because of how good this one is. Going back to a bit longer, well, because I'll be playing on PC, the load times might not actually be worse, but dealing with the graphics and all that might be a problem. Granted, once I get to like Dark Souls 3, I'll at least get to deal with updated mechanics. That'll be nice, because this didn't have updated mechanics. But yeah, it's I'll be playing this for a bit, I'm sure. But it is good that it made me excited to play the other Souls games again, because they're really fun. It's just, they're not going to be able to live up to this, because Demon Souls, after all these years, even without the remake, was my favorite Souls game. They never overcame it. And then on top of that, now it's got a remake that is just better than the original. Which I know there are some things that people like better about the original. I still hear that people like the art direction of the original better, which I don't think the art direction changed. There are some things that are different, like the Fat Official looks different, but I think, me personally, I think the Fat Official looks better now. Because before, it was just a weirdly colored fat man. Now, you can see that it is this demonic, diseased, gross creature. I think it's a way better look. I know there are people who prefer the original music score, and that I can't really... I'm not going to argue with people on that. I like the new music better, but I can see, after listening to the original soundtrack, I can see why people would like the original better, because they are significantly different. It's not like they just remixed the original music and made it, higher quality. There are literal changes. There was a lot more organ music in the original, and now it's more orchestral. I think it's just that I prefer the orchestral. I know people thought that the organ was better because it sounded more evil and dismal and all that. And to me, maybe it's just because I don't like organ sounds, but I don't think the new stuff sounds less intimidating or less... I don't feel like it has less ambiance just because it's an orchestra now instead of an organ. I think it sounds better. Things stand out clearer to me in the music, and I don't know. But I can see some of the stuff that people have for complaints, but overall, the game as a whole is just straight better. Like, it's hard to argue that because it loads faster. The mechanics are the same. Like, if you want to say, oh, I like the gameplay of the original better, you're lying, because the gameplay is the exact same. Like, that's one thing they didn't change. So I know the gameplay's the same. Even some of the lag jank in online is the same because the netcode isn't that great. But, yeah, like, other than if you enjoyed the art direction of the original, which, like I said, there's not much that's changed art direction-wise. There's only a few things that changed. But if that is something that you say, like, fine, I can accept that. Except there is a filter. Like, if it's because it's brighter and more colorful, there's a filter that will wash it all out and make it not that. There's another filter that just makes it super vivid, too. But yeah, if art direction or sound are your reasons, I'm not going to argue with people on that one. But if their reason is something else, then I think they're just honestly wrong, because not much changed. It's just a straight upgrade.
I haven't seen you around these parts. What does it matter? You need a blacksmith? Show me your steel. If not, head straight for the door.
We'll go ahead and repair so he doesn't get mad at us.
All done. Then be gone. I work alone.
I still also find it funny that like every NPC talks to you using their mouth, except for the Monumental and the Maiden in Black. They're both telepathic, and I don't know if that was a nod to the original game, where everyone was telepathic in the sense that because of the age of the game and stuff, there was no animation for their faces. But I do think that's really cool that those two characters who, you know, the Maiden in Black is a demon, and the Monumental is this like transcendent being. It's kind of cool that they talk to you through telepathy, and then everyone else just talks normal. I do wish they would have removed the body type restriction on armor. I think there was someone who said that there's more male restricted armors than there are female, and I think that's wrong, because I guess because my character is body type B, I won't notice really when there's something that is body type B only, but I swear there's way more things that are body type A only. But I could be wrong. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really truly checked. But I know that there's plenty of things that I'm like, oh, I can't wear that because it's body type A only. Of course it is. Man, destroying all these things. One day I will get an actual ceramic coin out of it, I swear. So another thing that I may have discovered... Oh, I'm looking the wrong way, which means that crystal lizard's gone. Okay, I'll just let him go. Because... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. One of the things I may have discovered is that while crystal lizards do respawn if they get away, I do believe I discovered that if you hurt them at all before they get away, they don't respawn. On one of my secondary characters, there's a crystal lizard that didn't respawn after it got away, and I had damaged it quite a bit. I didn't kill it, though. I know it didn't die. And it didn't fall off a cliff or anything, so I'm pretty certain that if they get away without you hurting them, they will respawn. But if you hurt them, it seems they may not. I could be wrong, but that seemed to be the case. I couldn't figure out any other explanation for why that crystal lizard didn't respawn when all the other ones do. Here's that guy that didn't die. Now he did. We want to go this way. Alright, how well does this do? That still does okay. Now the question, though, is if I switch to my other bow, does it do better? Yes, it does. Okay. We'll stick to this bow for now. We'll keep the lava bow on us for other worlds. For this world, they're so resistant to fire that this isn't going to do me much good. Ah! Son of a... How? He was, like, just barely dodging the arrow. It was going through his armpit. I want to make sure I get rid of the ones that throw rocks. I'll kill the other ones melee. Oh, this one... Oh, son of a... Fight you old school. I do apologize for that noise. There's a train going by. I live near railroad tracks, so can't do much about that. Wow, that's actually quite loud on the mic. I'm so sorry. I know there's like, what, one more over here? There you are. One behind me too. Oh crap! Oh god. Alright, which way did I come up from? I don't remember. I think this is the right way. The fact that I haven't found a ceramic coin yet is making me a little sad. Now, it's possible this world doesn't have one, but I would assume every world has at least one. Or each section of each world, I mean. Except for maybe the third. Like, I would expect Area 1 and Area 2 of each world to have a coin. The expectation may be wrong, but that is my expectation. Oh, crap. Man, I had thought maybe I'd mute the video when the train is going by so that, you know, you all don't have to hear that. But the problem is, it's taking a long time to go by, and that would be a long time to be muted. The Regenerator's Ring actually does a pretty good job if you're just wandering. I haven't used a ton of grass and my health still keeps getting to pretty good levels. Stupid rocks. Wasn't sure if I could break those bellows. Oh, it's this way. Down the stairs. And down here. No. Okay, I still could grab the item. Why do those both fall through the world? I don't get it. Let him blow up these barrels for us. Thank you. Oh God, why? Oh crap. I tried to roll, I hit it late. Actually, I think I was mid-animation, but still, that was my bad. I overcommitted. Okay, so now the trick is we gotta get back to our bloodstain without dying. We haven't had to wear the cling ring in a while. Dang it. Oh, right, I haven't increased my endurance. I've been increasing my strength. That's right, that's right. I do still really wish that, that your strength stat did more than just increase strength scaling. I wish that was where, armor equip burden. Jeez, I wish that was where equip burden was increased by. And I know I talked about that a lot in one of my videos, but shoot, man, it just it's frustrating knowing that strength only has really one use, and pretty much every other stat has multiple uses. Not to mention, again, dexterity is a bit overscaled in the fact that it can increase damage, defense, fall damage resistance, all that stuff. It's crazy. But I guess endurance would be a rather worthless stat if all it did was increase stamina, because it does get to a point where stamina no longer increases. It's like the other Souls games, I believe it's at 40. You will no longer get any more stamina when you increase your endurance, so all endurance does is increase your equip burden. So I kind of get it, because if endurance didn't do, if it literally did nothing after 40, that would be kind of funny. And I get why they wanted to have a maximum, like a hard cap on stamina, because stamina would be, endurance would still be broken. Like if your stamina could keep increasing indefinitely until endurance is 99, oh man, you'd have so much stamina. But another option would have been to lessen the increases with each level of endurance, so that it could go up to 99. But I think the reason they didn't want to do that is because then endurance would need too much of an investment to be super useful. So I don't know, it's a balancing thing. It's tough to decide what is the correct path, but I just wish that strength was a bit more useful overall and had more. Oh, you did that one again, huh? All right, I guess we'll go ahead and open this. But we're going to go back to Tower of Latria because we lost our body finally. And I don't want to go beat a boss and then have our body back. Because the whole point was lose our body. Oh, but we'll... You know what? Let's explore a little bit still while we're in pure white. Just to see if we can find a ceramic coin. I guess we'll do that, then we'll head to Tower of Latria. But yeah, like, it's all a weird balance. I just feel like strength got the short end of the stick. Hence why so many people run dexterity builds instead of strength builds. There's still a lot of strength builds because what makes up for strength only increasing damage is that strength-based weapons have, like, pretty good move sets and stuff and have, you know, they're good in that way. But the, and I don't think there's much in the way of dexterity scaling weapons that are big weapons in Demon Souls. In, later Dark Souls, there are some large dex weapons. Why did that guy not come down? Weird. But in Demon Souls, there's only like 1 or 2 large ones, so that's where strength gets kind of its boon. So while dexterity gets to increase your defense and your or lower your fall damage and all that, strength has large weapons that can basically just straight knock opponents down and you know, send them flying and stuff, where you don't get that with dex weapons. So I guess that's the balancing part for strength, is that its move sets on its weapons. Still haven't found a ceramic coin. Interesting. Again, I could be wrong. There might not be one in every area, but it just seems like there would be. And I'll have to explore some more later. But I just figured while we're still in pure white, we might as well look around. But I also don't want to spend too much time because I do want to get to Yurt in this video, and we're running close to... Well, we're not too bad. We've got about 20 more minutes. My average video length being an hour is fine. I know a lot of people like to go less than that, but it's difficult to do anything in a video game in like 30 minutes. Especially the games that I play. If I played like roguelikes or something, it might be possible, depending on the roguelike, but and I do like some roguelikes. It's just I'm more into RPGs. Roguelike RPGs are really fun. As long as there is permanent progress to your character, I enjoy roguelikes. The roguelikes I don't like are the ones where literally everything resets, and I know that's the standard for roguelikes, but when literally everything resets every run, it's not as interesting to me. I have to have some form of progress. I can't just have, you know, the progress of, oh, you're getting better at the game. I need to have character and progress and stuff. It's just, otherwise, I don't have fun otherwise. It's just not for me if there's no character progress, so. Alright, I'll have to explore this area more another time. For now, we're going to head back to Tower of Latria, because... Should I have taken the thing down to the armor spider? I can always explore behind it if I remember after I beat the armor spider. But yeah, I really would like for there to be a roguelike type game in the style of, not necessarily Demon Souls or Dark Souls, but just like in the style of an action RPG. You know, it could even be like Diablo or something. And I know Diablo's kind of that, in that, at least with the worlds being randomized a little bit, but they're still not quite right. I like the idea of never-ending dungeon runs. I like character progression. I don't know. I'm picky about games. I just know that with roguelikes, because they're randomized or at least procedurally generated in some cases, they have a lot of replayability because things continually change, so you're literally going to have your runs be different each time. And that allows for continued interest. The biggest problem I have with Souls games, including Demon Souls, is that after a while you know literally where everything is and what's going to happen, so it's hard to not eventually get burnout. The fractured mode helps with that for sure, because even though it's just a flip-flop, it throws you off. Okay, so let's head to Tower of Latria. We don't have enough souls to level up, so we're not going to worry about that. Oh, and you'll also notice our health is a lot lower than normal. That's because when you have black, the further towards black your character tendency is, the less health you have. So one of the positives to having white character tendency is more health while in soul form. And black character tendency, you have less health in soul form, though I think there's another benefit. I just don't remember what it is. You probably deal more damage when invading if you're towards black, but I don't know for sure. We need arrows. You know what? Hang on. Let's go back real quick. Let's at least bring our holy arrows. They will do less damage, I'm sure, but we'll at least be able to do damage. I wonder if you can even use holy arrows with the lava bow. Let's find out.
I was worried sick.
Let's also get all this out of my inventory.
We are in debt.
Oh, you can. Interesting. Okay. Oops. Yeah, that is how you do that. Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about other games I want to play, and there are a lot. And you know, it's funny. I was thinking, I was like, man, I don't know what game to play next. What do I want to play next? And I'm struggling and struggling. And I've realized it's partially not that I don't necessarily know what I want to play. It's that I have so many things I want to play. I'm overwhelmed and can't make a decision. Which is kind of hilarious, honestly. Did we find a ceramic coin in 3.1? Yes, we did. I remember where it is now. Okay. It was down in one of the cells down on the first floor before the big ballista thing. But yeah, I have a ton of games I want to play. And the biggest problem is, because I like to record most of the games that are like this, like I have some games that I don't record because I'm like, I don't need to record that. It doesn't fit what I like to put on my channel. Oh, that does like no damage. Holy crap. I don't know if that's because they're just tougher or if it's because it's fire. Let's find out with the... Goodbye, item. Let's find out with the next one. But, there are a lot of games that I want to play that I do want to record for the channel, and because I have, you know, I can only record when it's relatively going to be quiet, I'm not going to get interrupted, and I just have the time for a longer session, which is why I really need to commit to actually streaming and just accepting that I'm going to have a long video that I'm going to have to cut down for the channel instead of, oh, that does like nothing. Holy crap, this bow sucks. Alright. I don't know why that does so little damage, but let's see if the blue blood does better. No, blue blood doesn't do well either. These things are just tough. Okay, that makes more sense. It's not the bow. That did better. But yeah, like normally I like to just record in my amount of time segments and not worry about streaming it. Just because I like the format better for the channel, where, you know, I'm just able to talk. I'm not interrupting my thoughts by talking to chat and stuff like that, which it's harder to be in character and less often meta when you're also having to talk to chat. And I like talking to chat, but again, like I said, like I'm pretty meta already, but I do still try and be in character a bit, or at least I switch back and forth. And, you know, I said before, I expect you to be able to understand when I'm doing those switches, but I think it's pretty obvious. In any case, it's harder to ever be in character when you're talking to chat as well as just talking about things in the game. And then on top of that, the videos will end up being 3-4 hours long, and then I have to find proper spots where I can cut them to transition videos, because I'm not going to be uploading 4-hour videos. Because no one... Oh, I know I do, but I know the majority of people don't sit there and watch a 4-hour video on YouTube. That's why most people do upload videos that are only like 30 minutes long, because the chances of people actually sitting there and watching the entire video are much higher, because people maybe have 30 minutes to sit there and watch a video. They don't really have 4 hours. And me, I don't mind watching videos over periods of time. You know, like I'll watch videos while I'm exercising, so like I can turn on a 4-hour video and then it takes me like 4 days to watch the entire video, which is fine for me, but I know a lot of people don't like to do that. So I don't want to have these long videos. Also, they take forever to upload. So if I streamed stuff, I would have to be able to record the video and then cut it down into manageable segments. So I'd have to have good spots to do that, and that's tougher to do when you stream, because you never know where you're going to be at what time. Holy crap! He just one-shot me. Wow. Okay, that's gonna make this tougher. I didn't expect to just get one shot. Alright. I should probably use light weapon as well. Bright water's cheaper, so we'll use one of those and just let it recover, and then we'll use light weapon on some of these. Oops. But yeah, that's why I haven't committed. There's other reasons too. Mainly, I have some stuff I have to set up for the channel, the Twitch channel, to make it really something people would want to watch. Namely, alerts and things like that. That's the other thing, is like, when my videos on YouTube, I try and tell a story and all that, and if all these alerts and follows and stuff are coming up in the middle of the video, it kind of pulls you out. And when you're watching a streamer, you kind of expect that stuff. You don't really get super immersed. But I don't know, at least for me, when I'm watching on YouTube, I can get immersed if there aren't all those things coming up. So I don't know. Like I said, I have to figure it all out still. But if I at least streamed it, I feel like I'd get to play games more, because I wouldn't be as worried about, okay, in this specific video I'm going to do this stuff, and I have to make it last this amount of time and all that. I'd be able to be a little more, just play the game and have things happen as they will. And that might be kind of therapeutic and good in a way, but it's not quite how I like to do these things. But again, you know, I said when I like to do these videos, I like to stay in character for a lot of it, and then I'll do some meta talk and stuff. But here I have been meta for like the last 20 minutes. So, I don't know. I haven't made the decision yet, and I'm going the wrong way again because of the fractured world. It's kind of hard to stay in character on New Game Plus, because we've done all this stuff before, and I don't want to just be silent because I don't have to explain things about the game or the world because we've already seen them. But I like how I do things. I do. I like being in character and explaining our characters' motivations and why they're doing what they're doing and why they use what they use and all that. And then also being able to explain the kind of the game itself and the other things that I do in the game on having other characters and stuff like that. I like being able to flip-flop between meta and in-world. It's weird, but it's fun at the same time. It was actually funny. My fiance and I were going through the well, not just the Monster Hunter compendium, but we were going through just some art books last night for fun, to just kind of look at stuff we enjoy together. And we were talking about Monster Hunter and Monster Hunter, in particular, Iceborne and Monster Hunter Rise. And I was saying that, you know, for one, if they do release a Switch Pro, I will probably end up buying one. I don't want to have to. I really don't. But I seriously don't think after Iceborne, I don't think I'll be able to play Monster Hunter in sub 30 FPS. I think it would hurt my eyes like crazy and make me very sad. And it was funny because my fiance was asking me, she's like, why are they even making it for Switch if it's going to be that much worse? And I was like, well, it's not going to be worse. It's that in Japan, they really like their... I keep wanting to say mobile, and it's not mobile. They're handheld. They like their handhelds because they play a lot of their games in transit on trains and stuff like that. That's what works best for them. It sells best over there. So it makes sense that they would kind of switch between handheld and console. I was like, there's no way they won't make another console Monster Hunter because World was Capcom's best-selling game ever. Like, they've never sold a game that well. So we know for a fact they're definitely going to make another console Monster Hunter. It's just a matter of waiting for it. But it was just kind of funny that we were sitting there talking about it because I was like, you know, I'm excited for Rise, but it's going to be so hard to play in... After seeing how beautiful and amazing Iceborne is, it's going to be hard to be in a world that has lesser graphics, lesser frame rate. Because even if they release a Pro Switch, I doubt it's going to be 60 frames. It will probably still only be 30. It's just that the game will actually be able to be a stable 30. But when you think about the fact that I can play Iceborne 60 FPS for recordings, but I play it at 144 FPS on my off time, it's going to be really, really hard to be sub 30 on a standard Switch and potentially only 30 frames on a Pro Switch if it does release. Like, obviously it's not been confirmed yet, but there have been rumors for a while that they're making a Nintendo Switch Pro. And I don't know. It makes me a little sad, but I'm still excited for Rise. There are some things that I'm not a huge fan of, like the verticality and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy, just because I don't think I will handle it well. I'm also not excited for the community's double standards. There's a lot of things that are carryovers from Iceborne that people complained about in Iceborne, but I can already see people praising in Rise, even though it's technically even worse in Rise. Notably, how potions work. I remember in Iceborne, people complain, well, not even Iceborne, and just in World, people complain that you could move while healing. You don't just stand in place and flex, like in really old Monster Hunter games. And you also do not flex in Rise. And then on top of that, you heal even faster in Rise because you get a burst of health initially, and then the rest of it you get over time while drinking the potion. So the potions are even more broken in Rise, but people are praising it already when it's something that they just complained about in Iceborne. And so now I'm starting to see that it really is just people who don't like that Monster Hunter was on a console instead of a handheld. I don't understand that complaint, but that is what's happening as far as I can tell. And yeah, that's something I'm not looking forward to. The double standards. But, I mean, that's all gaming. It always happens, but I don't know. It always annoys me as well. Like, don't complain about something in one instance of a game and then decide that it's okay in another just because it's on a different console. Then, obviously, we have people on console and PC who are complaining that Rise is only going to be on Switch. There are rumors it'll be on PC, but, again, it's not confirmed. And as long as it's not confirmed, I'm not going to believe it. Once it's confirmed, I'll believe it. But, yeah, the people who play only on console and PC are complaining that a series that has been on handheld for many years is going to have a handheld game. I don't know. That's silly to me. It's a dumb thing to complain about. Like, I get it. You don't have a Switch. Okay. Well, there's plenty of people who have a Switch that didn't have a PC or a PS4 for World. So, you know, it's not... It's just the way it is. Gaming communities make me sad sometimes. You should just be glad another game's coming out. Yes, it's okay to be upset that you can't play it if you don't have the console, but don't get mad at the developer for making it on a specific console. Though I will say, if your complaint is that they're not releasing it on everything, that I get. Like, why aren't they making it for every console? That, yes, I agree with that. The only reason I think that World and Iceborne didn't come out on Switch is I don't think the Switch could have run it. They could have done a downgrade, though. There's no reason that they couldn't have downgraded the resolution and graphics to make it run on Switch. I'll wholeheartedly agree with that. I don't like exclusivity. Like, I'm sitting here playing Demon's Souls on the PS5, and I will admit that it would be nice if it was on PC, Xbox, and potentially Switch. I mean, they put Dark Souls Remastered on Switch. I don't... Again, they'd really have to downgrade this game to get it on the Switch, but I would not be opposed to them trying. The problem is, since Sony owns the IP, there's no way Sony was going to be like, oh yeah, totally, remake this game that's supposed to be a console launch title. Totally make it on every console. I mean, I get why it's only on the PlayStation, but I am definitely pro games being crossplay and definitely pro games being released on everything. Let everyone have access to stuff. Like, the number of people who don't have a PlayStation... Heck, even if this was on PS4, the number of people who don't have a PS4 missing out on this game makes me sad. I don't want people to have to miss out on this. This is amazing. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I would love for everyone to be able to play it. Same with Iceborne. I wish the people who only had a Nintendo Switch could have played it, because it is my favorite game of all time. I want everyone to be able to enjoy it and praise the Monster Hunter team. They do such a good job. But that's not reality. And so, people complaining about it, it's just like, I'm sorry, just don't... It sucks, but, you know, be upset, but you don't need to, like, get all uppity with the devs about it. Oh, actually, another thing that I've discovered. If you did not get the Digital Deluxe Edition, and you're feeling bad about that, don't feel too bad. The weapons that were added with it, the Ritual Blade and the Reaper's Scythe, cannot be upgraded. So they're kind of useless for the most part. They're good at the beginning of the game, but once you start upgrading some weapons, they're trash because they can't be upgraded to be better, and their scaling's not very good. So they're just a fun thing to start with, which is... God, it's two things. It's a little disappointing because it'd be cool to be able to use the Ritual Blade or the Reaper's Scythe and upgrade them, especially since they seem like they don't have unique movesets. So since they don't have unique movesets, they could have just been literally a reskin of another weapon and had the exact same upgrade paths. Don't know why they didn't do that. So those are kind of overall useless. So it's a little sad for the people who did get Digital Deluxe, because maybe you were planning on, or even pre-order, because the Reaper Scythe was a pre-order, but maybe you had a plan for a build that used those weapons, and now there's no point, because you can still use them, they'll be completely underpowered compared to pretty much any other weapon in the game. The only thing that is kind of sad is the 2 armor sets, but one of them is just a reskin of the Blue Eye Knight armor because it's the Red Eye Knight, so the helmet's the only thing that's different, so that's not too bad. But the royalty set, it's pretty weak. It's heavier than some stuff, and even though it's heavier, it has worse defense, so it looks cool, but overall, it's not good. So you're not missing out on much if you didn't get the Digital Deluxe, so don't feel too bad. I like it just because I do think the royalty set looks nice. And, I mean, I just like having the stuff, and I was able to at least show you what they are, what they say, all that fun stuff. But overall, if you were planning on using them but you didn't get the Digital Deluxe, don't feel too bad. You probably wouldn't use them for very long unless you were really committed, because they are weak. They're underpowered. Bluepoint clearly didn't want to accidentally make something OP, and they definitely did not make anything OP.
Are you here to fight the demons? If so, then help me escape this place.
So apparently he thinks the NPCs are demons, the people that just kind of aren't doing anything. I know the truth of you, so no. Last time I let you go to my Nexus and you killed some innocents. I'm not allowing that this time. I don't know why that happened. I must have hit L2 or something.
Why?
Nope. We know the truth. Okay, finally did what I wanted to do. So, we are going to head back to the Nexus now. Man, that took way longer than I expected to take to do that. And I don't even think we have enough souls to level up, do we? Because don't we need like 48,000? No, we need 57,000. Wow, I'm a whole 10,000 off. Jeez. Okay, so one last thing that we're going to look at. Yurt finally has perished. Now, when we last dealt with him, it was in the Nexus, and he mentioned someone named Mephistopheles. And we never saw Mephistopheles. Now we do. So this is who Yurt was mentioning last time when he said Mephistopheles was right about you.
I can see that you have killed before. No one can blame you for that. Demon souls are too precious to relinquish. Perhaps a slayer like you would have an interest in my offer. I want you to kill Saint Urbain and his followers. You will be rewarded amply. Do we have an agreement? A reason? Ha! Just think of it as an opportunity to remove a competitor.
Right, so she misunderstands our motives. And now we've learned why Yurt was doing what he was doing, because he was under contract with her. Now, we don't know what her motivations are exactly, and we also, I mean, it seems like she just wants demon souls, and so she thinks of the others as competitors, but we don't know that for certain. That's what she's telling us. And also, we know that what she's asking of us, we're going to have to do at some point anyway, because our goal here was not just to darken our soul, but is also to make sure there's no one else that the old one can see as a demon that it can use to continue existing. So we know that what she's asking we're going to have to do anyway. So for now, we're going to at least accept her offer so that we can try and figure out exactly what her motive is, because it's possible she's the reason that our initial attempt at lulling the old one back to sleep failed. She seems pretty evil, since her goal is to be a contract killer, or at least contract others to kill people. So we just need to get a little closer to her and figure out what's going on. And again, what she's asking of us, we're going to have to do at some point anyway, just because we have to make sure that there's no one that the old one can latch onto. So we're going to go ahead and accept the offer.
Excellent. I have high expectations.
Now, even though we accepted the offer, we're not going to do it right away. One, because we haven't saved Saint Urbain yet, so he's not even here for us to take care of. And then two, because that's how we would attune miracles, and we may still need to swap miracles around. We probably won't, because the only miracle we really use is Second Chance. But at some point, we'll deal with that. For now, we're not going to worry about it. So that's where I wanted to get to. Again, I'm not sure what we're going to do in the next video. We're probably not moving Tower of Latria further forward, but we might go ahead and go do its White Tendency event since... Oh, wait, no, it lost White Tendency, didn't... Oh, no, we didn't have body form, right? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, we might do the White Tendency event, and then after doing that, we will potentially go to Stonefang Tunnel, maybe, since we almost have that done, and we'll finish out the first area of Stonefang Tunnel. But I haven't quite decided yet. I'll decide before the next video. But I am glad we finally got that unlocked. I think Mephistopheles was the only NPC we didn't see in the last cycle, and the reason for that is because you have to be at black character tendency, and Yurt has to have been slain. So we never got to black character tendency, so that's why we never saw her. But if you slay Yurt and then you get black character tendency, she shows up in the Nexus, and that's how you get her quest line. The only thing I don't know is now that she's here, if we lose black character tendency, so let's say we kill a black phantom and go slightly towards white, I don't know if she leaves the Nexus or not. And so we might discover that because we have to kill all demons, so we're going to have to take out the black phantoms. So I'm really hoping that she'll stick around, but she might not. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll figure it out as we go. It's kind of the same thing as with the whole Ostrava quest line, you know? I screwed it up because I didn't know something about it, which was I had to talk to him, otherwise he wouldn't move forward. So this is another one of those cases, is that we'll learn by doing. And storyline-wise, we'll see how that affects our character's story. You know, with Ostrava just didn't quite make it to the throne room, and this time it might mean that Mephistopheles is going to be leaving and coming back a bit. So we'll see. However, please feel free to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can also subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon to get email updates when I upload new videos. And of course, you can leave any comments or suggestions in the area below the video. I've also left my Twitch and Twitter links in the description. That way you can check out those platforms if interested. However, that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. And as usual, this is Xephyr, signing out.